The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
Hey kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Alright kids, welcome back. So we're going to do a quick maiden, we'll see, on the old Skiffaroo here. So, one thing I changed is I had one cooling line being passive, meaning just going up through the rudder and to the header and out, and the other one I had going to the pump, then through the head. I decided at the last minute to put a Y connector. I did some tests. This Y connector coming in, so the pump is pulling through both rudders, okay? And then I did a Y splitter here, and I'm sending via pump both of them through the head and the header at the same time. The reason I did that was I did some tests, I did some volume tests, and it really worked well. So I'm going to try it like this. I could care less about the header. This is such a huge boat inside. You don't even need to cool the header on this boat, but that's okay. So I changed that. I have a little bit of positive kick on the strut. I am not running turn fins, which is probably a big mistake. We'll probably have to modify that later. Got a full tank of gas, made sure the radio worked, got our magnets on our hatches. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, this is the camera I used to do the videos with, that's kind of been acting sketchy lately. So I'm just going to make this our bow cam. Why not? Okay. Oh, and I also hydro dipped my radio. How cool is that? It's got all shiny, so painted it, well actually I primed it gray, and then dipped it in the skull crap, and then did some automotive clear coat on it. Looks really cool. I did my other one too. I have the exact same radio for an electric, for my electric boats. That one didn't turn out as good because I used really old dip, and yeah, I'm letting it dry. I don't care. Alright, so I'm going to run down to the water. We're going to fire this guy up. We are going to bring carb adjustment. I put these on the Amazon list that's in the description of the video here that I of tools and stuff. These things are great. I can't remember how much they are, but they're just got a little magnet on the end, a little flat blade screwdriver. These are perfect for carburetor tunings. And it's I love them because they're cheap. They have a magnet on them, and I lose them all the time, and I buy them in like a 10-pack, and they're real cheap. So anyway, they work real good for carbs. So I'm just going to bring that, the boat and the stand, and that's it. We're going to fire away. And we'll run the deck cam. We're just going to throw it in. Right now, we're 1.5 out, 1.5 out on both needles. So you bring them all the way in, back them off, one full turn, then a half. Yeah, one full turn and a half, and that's going to be too rich. It's going to be smoking like a pig. That's okay. I want it to be rich. I just want to see the characteristics of the boat. I know how those skiffs run. This one I do not. So I'm not going for all-out speed. As a matter of fact, it's only 55 degrees out. I'm not even sure if I'm going to get real anal with tuning it, because I'm just going to have to retune it when it warms up a little bit anyway. That's a little too steep of a temperature change, because I usually run when it's 90, 85, 90 degrees out, not when it's 55. So without further ado, let's go run this bitch. All right, well, it is very windy. Wind's going that way again, which would be east, blowing to the east. So I apologize for any wind shear sound in the mic. I'm going to stick again to this side of the water. We just want to play with this guy. I'm not going to go real fast in the wind, see what happens. Just show you an example of our pumping situation. I'm just going to set her in. Oh, that ain't hot. Okay. Hey, it floats. Awesome. Now we're going to turn on the box. Look at that. Works real well. Look at that wind. Woo! Crazy. All right. So let's fire it up. Like I said, pretty much factory tuning. I'm going to run it without the cover first. Okay. Oh, that popped off. Might be running it without the cover, period. Really? I'm surprised. I should have cleaned that. That's alright. My super heavy duty tape let me down. Bitch. Okay, that's alright. So, I'm going to fire it up. We're going to take the phone out of the pocket, just in case. Now, I'm just going to run her, let her get warmed up, chuck it in the water. I already tested my fail-safe. So if it loses radio contact, it's going to turn the throttle all the way off. And matter of fact, we will test that too. And I already tested my steering. So let's turn on Mizio Radio. Okay, that works. Now, I'm going to bring it idle up because running cold, it's too low. Okay, so we're going to change. Where's our trim? Okay. Nope, wrong way. Nice and slow. I'm doing about a quarter throttle. Going into the wind, don't want to be crazy here. Woo! That's our left turning. Left turn sucks. Turns like a skiff. I don't want to go to that wind too tight. It's pretty windy. Water's coming out just fine. Actually, without turn fins, it's running pretty, or without trim tabs, it's actually running pretty good. See how that clutch is working. It's catching. Uh-oh. She's smoking, but I think it's smoking because of that heat wrap. Just going nice and slow. Okay, I stopped it because it seems like my rudder throw is kind of, I don't know, kind of weird. Yeah, it's working okay. Let's see. Although for a maiden, not hateful. Water's still coming out like a champ. Yeah, and that smoke you see is coming off the header, which is what I figured. All right. Now, as for the clutch, again, we all know this is a cheap clutch. We've had lots of those discussions. Won't even idle and sit still, which is honestly okay. I don't care. It's a clutch. Who gives a shit? All right. Nice and loose though, the clutch is. All right, so handled well. I want to check that steering real quick. I think we need to open up our EPA on our steering. Let's give it some more throw. I'm not used to this boat yet, and it's windy, so I'm afraid to make super tight turns. So let's go 90. All right. So everything's ready to rock on there. Let's go ahead and throw our hatch cam on and see what happens. Okay. Oh, sadness, fill the air. got me a little crazy. See the smoke coming off? That's okay. We'll be right back. Oh, my feeling is that strut's still too low. And when I opened up my steering a touch, it got a little swirly on me, and she came out of the water, grabbed, you saw the wreck. Didn't hurt the boat at all. Boat's completely fine. We lost the hatch, it flew off, but it's supposed to. And I got water in the engine, so I just got that out. It takes 2 seconds, no big deal. But yeah, I really like its attitude, the way it's riding. It's a little dry, could be wetter, because it is a skiff, okay? It's not a frickin' hydroplane. But you can see that nose is coming around, and that's with the wind. But I like my skiffs to be tricky, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna play around with it a little bit, just run some gas through it. I'm gonna raise the needle up a touch, not a ton. I'm gonna bring in our high-speed needle, about eighth of a turn. And I'm gonna bring in my low speed a touch. Okay, let's fire her back up. And let's have some fun. I'll try not to toast it. There we go. Watch for the water. Yep. Trimming out my steering a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna do some, get the engine warmed up again. Now mind you, this engine's still running rich. Let's give it some gas. Yeah, still pretty rich. Man, she don't turn left for the shit. It's kind of funny because my other skiffs do. Ain't better than that one. Woo! Half throttle. See, I like the attitude. I like how it's riding. It's windy. It don't look like it, guys, but it's. I need Expo on here too. Yeah, that prompts bearing. Man, that left is funny. I'm just getting to know this boat. I'm not. It runs a little different than the other skiffs. About quarter throttle. Strong winds. Turning well. Alright, let's do a water check. I'm going real slow. Woo, it's windy. Look at that. That's the nice thing about a clutch. Well, for not even setting the pipe and the engine running rich, I don't hate it. I mean, it's got a lot more speed it can get. And I'm also running kind of a dog of a prop. Should be a 2-bladed on here, I think. But the 3's good too. It's 70 millimeter. It's actually really stable. I'm really surprised it's running as good without the trim tabs. Look at that. Fun. Man, that left turn's something else though. I mean, I get it. We were only supposed to turn right anyway, but damn. Definitely need some drivers. I made little flag holders for American flags, but you see it's going nice and slow. I like it a lot. For a handmade boat, I mean, pretty much. Oh, it's wanting to pick up. And our lake is funny because like you get to right about there and the wind really picks up. It's weird. We'll go with the wind here. Well, I say we get our strut right, which isn't too far off. We get our strut right, and then we get a little bit better prop on there maybe. I don't know, I don't hate it. These boats are so much fun when there's a little bit more wave. I need to go to the right a little bit more on my steering. I have to admit, it's a little fun with the clutch on a big old chunk, fatty, doobalatti boat like this. Spin out. It will spin out. All right, let's bring her in. I'm gonna bring it in kind of slow. I want to see how cool the engine is. It's my cyber pump. See her spinning out. Woo! Gets a little bit warmer. I'll do some daredevil stuff with it. But that flip didn't hurt a thing. Nothing cracked. Paint job's good. Let's see what we got. The other nice thing about a clutch, you can bring them in slow. All right, let's turn off that. That head's cold. Not cold, but perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for a better Maiden, honestly. I'm happy with it. It'll be a really nice boat once you get the feel for her a little bit more, and we smell that wrap burning, heating up. The only thing I don't love about, well, this goes for any skiff in general, is her bitch get the water out of the back. But other than that, everything held up really good. See, I even got a chunk on that prop. I could definitely have a better prop on there for her, but that's okay. Good looking machine though. I like it. I think we need some drivers. But other than that, I don't hate it. I think it was pretty successful for a first run. See, motor's nice and cool. Yeah, we're good. We're good, son. All right, so we will be playing with this more shortly. That's where I keep my tools, like that. Once we get everything, get a better prop on her. I mean, I know how to set up a skiff fairly well. Those are just bench settings, and the engine's not even tuned, and it still ran pretty nice. So I ain't gonna kick it out of bed. It's pretty good. All right. So there she is, the Miss Liberty, our hand-built Netherlands boat. The other thing I wanted to mention, I have 2 more kits from them coming. I ordered a electric Thunderboat kit. It's 31 inch, so 4 to 5S, 4S probably, possibly 6 depending on what I do. And I ordered a boat that I'm going to turn into a rescue boat, and we're going to do build videos on both. The rescue boat's going to take about 15 seconds to build. It's really neat though. Maybe I'll put up a picture of them both here. That one's the Thunder, that one's the whatever the hell it's called, Moonbeam, or some stupid thing like that. So I'm going to put this over here, mow my grass, and until next time, kids, keep dry side up. Bye.